What's going on, guys? Jacob over here. This weekend, Sunday night, 7:20, you better be at a TV if you're a Packers fan, because this is the biggest matchup of the season for Green Bay. This may be the biggest matchup across the entire NFL so far this season. The Packers are 8-2. The 49ers are 9-1. The Packers have the number 2 seed in the NFC. The 49ers have the number 1 seed in the NFC. Whoever wins this game is going to be in the driver's seat for home field advantage. And as we know, historically, the Packers are incredibly difficult to beat on the road in the playoffs. Imagine having home field advantage throughout the entire NFC playoffs for the Packers at Lambeau Field. Imagine that. I know the last time it happened, it didn't go so well, but historically, it's been almost impossible to beat the Packers there when they have home field advantage. So, this weekend, this Sunday night, it's not going to officially decide it, but it's going to put whoever wins this game in the driver's seat for that number 1 seed. So, winning this game, it'd be an understatement to say it's important to win it. Now, of course, the season isn't over if the Packers lose this game, but it's one that you wanna win. And like Aaron Rodgers said earlier this week, he said, you're going to have to beat these guys at their place at least once, and he'd prefer it to do this time instead of in January. And I agree. I would much prefer the Packers to win right now in Levi's Stadium than have to go there in January. And, it might not be candlestick in terms of home field advantage, but it's still on the road in the playoffs, and it's difficult to win in that situation. That's why this game is so important for Green Bay. A little bit of a scouting report for the 49ers. The 49ers are a very, very good team. I think a lot of us know that. They have looked vulnerable the past couple of weeks, and their bigger weakness that a lot of people don't really realize, the run defense isn't that great. It's average to below average, and the Packers can exploit that. The Packers have one of the best run games in the NFL. They have Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams. They utilize their running backs very, very well. And that could potentially be a counter to the 49ers' biggest strength, which is their pass rush and their pass defense. The Packers, if they use their running backs like the way that we think that they should, with getting the ball out quickly, neutralizing the 49ers' pass rush, this game could go very well for the Packers, because what you want to do is, as the Packers in this situation, when the Packers are on offense, you cannot get into third and longs on this team. If the Packers are consistently having to face 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, things like that, you're not going to win this football game. It's just that simple, because the 49ers have such good corners and such a good pass rush. Aaron Rodgers is going to be eating field turf all day. That's what he's going to be doing. And, if you cannot get yourself into 3rd and short situations, or better yet, not even have to deal with third down at all, you're going to have a much better chance at winning the game. And that's the big thing the Packers have to do. They're probably not going to be airing the ball out a lot in this game unless they're down. And, the idea is to get an early lead and try and, work the clock and keep the ball, get the 49ers defense gassed, maybe take a deep shot later in the game when the 49ers might not be expecting it. But, that's pretty much what the game plan is going to be. The Packers are probably going to want to have this game be at a low pace. They're not going to want it to be a shootout or anything, although they could very well win a shootout, knowing that they have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers who can flip the switch at any moment. But, they're going to want to have the pace, the tempo, very slow. They're going to want to control the clock, and they're going to want to make sure that they don't force themselves into any 3rd down and long situations. Now, on the other side of the ball for the Packers, they got to stop the run game. They have to stop the run game. Matt Breida and Tevin Coleman are a very, very dynamic duo in the backfield. The 49ers use a lot of short passes, kind of a similar system to the Packers, what they run with the West Coast and everything. The Packers are going to have to shut down the run game, and they're going to have to at least limit George Kittle, because George Kittle is the best tight end in football, in my opinion. And, if we have Blake Martinez sitting on George Kittle in coverage all night long, it's going to be a disaster. So what the Packers are going to have to do is make Jimmy G beat you. Make him beat you. Make him make good throws all night long. and force him, put the pressure on him to not make any mistakes. If he beats you, he beats you. But that's where you're going to beat the 49ers when you're on defense. You're going to have to force Jimmy G into tough situations, and that's probably what the Packers are thinking they're going to have to try and do. If you let the 49ers run the ball and run the ball effectively on you, let's say like get 5-6 yards a carry, that's not going to end well for you. So you're going to want to have to stop the run. And the Packers haven't been that good against the run this season. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL at stopping the run. I think they're like in the bottom 5 in the league for that category. So, yeah, I mean, if Jimmy G is forced to try and win the game, I like the Packers' odds a lot better. And with that pass rush, it's kind of a flip-flop situation. It's like if the Packers do this, then they're going to win, and then it's the same on the other side of the ball. If the 49ers are able to do this, then they're going to win. So, the pass rush, though, for the Packers, that's going to be really important as well because Jimmy G, not a great passer under pressure. And if Za'Darius and Preston can get to him, 49ers have a very good offensive line, though, so it might be a bit of a challenge. But I think that is possible for them. And, they're going to have to, disrupt him a little bit. And that would force him into mistakes, I think. But, overall, though, it's going to be, I'm trying to think of what I actually think is going to happen here. Because this is more than just a preview. I'm going to try and predict it too. It's really tough to say because the Packers are on the road. And yes, I know that the Packers have been a pretty decent road team, but historically they haven't been in the Aaron Rodgers era. They haven't been a great road team. And that the road, when you're on the road is when you're most susceptible to having mental lapses and, not playing up to your ability. It's just with the environment that comes with it. And the 49ers in Levi's Stadium, it's going to be a very hostile environment. I do like what the Packers did, though. They're not going to be going on Friday and spend the night and then go have the game the next day. They're going to be going on Saturday and then having the game the next day after they arrive. I think that what happened with the LA Chargers game is not only were the Packers suffering from jet lag, but I think they probably had a little bit too much fun the previous night in LA. You're not going to want to be doing that in San Francisco, so that's probably why. And you want to avoid the lag. You want to give yourself a day for your body to catch up, and obviously avoid the nightlife, the nightclubs, stuff like that. The previous night. That's why they're coming in on Saturday, not Friday. So hopefully the Packers are more focused than they were for the LA game. And if they are, then I honestly think I like their odds. I mean, if both of these teams play to their best ability, I think the Packers are the far better team here. The only problem is that the Packers have just not played a complete game yet. But if there was ever a time for them to do that, it would be this game. Trust me. I mean, we have seen what this team is capable of. They have yet to play a game, though, where it's like the offense was great, the defense was great, the special teams played great. We have yet to see that. But if we get a game like that, I don't care who it's against, the Packers are going to win. Because if there is a game like that, if every team in the NFL played to that potential, I think that the Packers are the best team in the NFL. There, I said that, yes. But we'll just have to wait and see. So, anyways, guys, those are my thoughts. That's my preview for this upcoming game this Sunday night. Like I said, you got to be at a TV 720. This is Titanic. This is a huge matchup, one of the biggest games in the past few years for Green Bay. And, if the Packers can pull out a win here, it's I'm not going to say smooth sailing because they still have a couple tough games, ending the season with 3 straight rivalry games. That's always tough, but I mean, next week is Giants, then Redskins, then Bears. I mean, it's not the most difficult of schedules coming up after this game. So if the Packers can manage to win, then they're in the driver's seat. They control their own destiny. So, anyways, guys, so thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys turning into this preview for Green Bay versus San Francisco. Hopefully the Packers can get us a dub on Sunday night. If not, don't worry, the season isn't over if we're 8-3, but I still am pretty confident if the Packers show up and play their game well. But leave a comment in the comment section down below. I want to know what you guys think this game is going to end as. Do you think the Packers are going to pull out a win and claim the #1 seed, or do you think the Packers are going to lose and drop to 8-3? Personally, my prediction, I'm going to make a score prediction here. I'm going to say the Packers win this game 24-20. That's my prediction. It's going to be a close game at the end. The Packers are going to have Aaron Rodgers, and they're going to be able to seal the deal. That's all for me today. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, AlbertSports41512, and on Instagram, username Jacob_Ober, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Pack, go.